All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. There was a time when the Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, was addressing the children of Israel. After delivering a lesson, he was asked a question. "O Musa, who is the most knowledgeable of people?" Musa replied, based on what he knew, "I am." Allah, in His wisdom, corrected His prophet. Allah revealed to Musa that there was a servant among His servants who had been given knowledge that Musa did not possess. Allah informed him that this servant would be found at the junction of two seas. When Musa heard this, he did not hesitate. He said, "I will not stop until I reach the junction of the two seas, even if I travel for a very long time." Musa set out on this journey with a young companion. Allah gave them a sign. They carried a fish with them, and the place where the fish would disappear would be the place they would find this servant of Allah. They traveled until they reached a rock, where they rested. While they rested, Allah caused the fish to come back to life and slip into the sea in a miraculous way. The companion saw this happen, but later forgot to mention it. They continued their journey until Musa felt exhausted. He said, "Bring us our food. We have truly suffered fatigue from this journey." At that moment, the companion remembered and said, "Do you remember when we rested by the rock? I forgot to tell you that the fish escaped into the sea. None made me forget it, except Shaitan." Musa said, "That is exactly what we were looking for." They retraced their steps and returned to the rock. There, they found a man whom Allah describes as a servant from among His servants, whom Allah had given mercy and taught special knowledge. Musa approached him with humility and said, "May I follow you, so that you teach me from what you have been taught of guidance?" The man replied, "Indeed, you will not be able to have patience with me. And how can you be patient over something you do not fully understand?" Musa said, "You will find me patient, if Allah wills, and I will not disobey you in anything." The man agreed, but said, "Then, if you follow me, do not ask me about anything until I mention it to you." They set out together. They boarded a small boat belonging to poor people who worked at sea. Without asking for payment, the owners allowed them to ride. While on the boat, the man suddenly damaged it, making a hole. Musa was shocked. He said, "Have you damaged it to drown its people? You have done something very serious." The man replied calmly, "Did I not tell you that you would not be able to have patience with me?" Musa said, "Do not blame me for what I forgot, and do not make my task difficult." They continued their journey. Later, they encountered a young boy. Without warning, the man killed him. Musa was deeply disturbed. He said, "Have you killed an innocent soul without any justification? You have done something truly terrible." The man said again, "Did I not tell you that you would not be able to have patience with me?" Musa said, "If I ask you about anything after this, then do not keep me as your companion." They continued on. They entered a town whose people refused to offer them food or hospitality. In that town, they found a wall that was about to collapse. The man repaired it with his own hands, without asking for payment. Musa said, "If you wished, you could have taken payment for this." The man then said, "This is the parting between me and you." He then explained what Musa could not understand. As for the boat, it belonged to poor people working at sea. Ahead of them was a king who seized every good boat by force. So the boat was damaged slightly, to protect it from being taken. As for the boy, his parents were believers. Allah knew that if he lived, He would grow to cause them suffering through disbelief and rebellion. Allah intended to replace him with someone better in faith and closer in mercy. As for the wall, it belonged to two orphan boys. Beneath it was a treasure left by their righteous father. Allah wanted them to reach maturity and claim it themselves. The wall was repaired as a mercy from Allah. The man said, "I did not do this of my own will." That is the explanation of what you could not bear with patience. This story teaches us that human knowledge is limited, that Allah's wisdom is perfect, and that what we do not understand today may be mercy tomorrow. And Allah knows best.